Hello and welcome to Truth and Transparency. It is a calming Saturday night. Again, got those notifications kick in, and I ask that you guys be kind in chat. But welcome to Truth and Transparency. Tonight's episode is breaking down the lawsuit. J for Justice, WFLA, 1.8 mil. So, again, hello everybody in chat there. Role playing, what's up? Playing is the new black. Dom's mom, love it. What is up? Support with stuff. How you guys doing? And again, gonna start this off here in just a couple minutes. I got your official lawsuit. I have the complaint. I also have the Jay's response to it, as well as just other interesting tidbits. And yeah, so I do want to say I'm gonna put this on the screen as well. Jay has it cut out for her. WFLA ain't messing around. They went out and got Ari Scott Meltzer, one of the best in the business. Hello, Gary Muffy. Sherry. Role playing. Say my name. Hey, Lana. Good to see you here, Gary. I will always keep it factual. I bring the receipts, but most importantly, definitely this is not emotional. It is what it is. People are patterns of their behavior, and this definitely fits Jay's pattern. I don't care what anybody says. When you break this lawsuit down, there is no mastermind plan as to why they went after Jay for Justice. They asked a lot of people to give them that 7-day request takedown. Jay fought it. Other people probably removed their content. But the biggest thing I saw was their issues were about their watermark and things like that. But we'll get into all of it. What is up, Bumblebee? Good to see you, love. Bet you it's late there. What's up, Kim? A real quick rundown. Let's see, I want to pull up something else here. Stop sharing that for a second. I want to share something else. Just so you guys see right here. Obviously, Jay was married before she met Chad, through her online job. But here we go. It's a very interesting what I'm about to show you guys. But let's see how I want to do this. Yep, there you go. There's Ari. That's who she's up against. One of the best in the biz. Feel free to go ahead and look him up, but this is his specialty. He works with defendants and plaintiffs and broadcasting and copyright and the whole shebang. But WFLA went out and got him especially to do this. So she has a legit business. She does have an LLC. If you notice in the lawsuit here, I'll bring it up again when we get started with things here. But she there's defendants is plural for a reason, because it's J for Justice Podcast LLC. That's listed as a defendant, and then the other defendant is obviously Jennifer herself. So there are two defendants. One is the LLC, and the other is her. Let's go back to see defendants right there, plural. But this was filed March 7th, 2022. I want to go to the parts that we care about. Also, we're going to compare basically what they say and what her answer is to each one of these claims. So next star is the plaintiff. Here we go. Factual background. This just talks about their background as a company. It's very interesting, actually, when you look at it, when you read it. Nexar invests vast resources, including time, effort, talent, creativity, and money to provide its viewers and readers high quality and local news reporting, and to produce news stories and programs that are original. They're original. In case you guys don't know the history here really quick, my relationship with Jay was that I had my work from the Watts case on her platform, I believe about 4 times. It was a recommendation from Andrea Powers, who is still actually mods for her, which is a fucking hilarious thing. But before I went to Denver, she said that her and her husband were having problems. Obviously, if someone talks to me about something that's personal, I keep it personal. But those concerns were definitely there for Jay. It's not why I'm here to talk about anything. It has to do with the lawsuit. It has to do with stealing. This is very simply put, this is stealing. In Denver, that's when the first time I ever got to meet her and give an assessment of what the type of person that she was, and her character. I felt that she kissed Ronnie's ass a bunch. She was up Kelly's ass. I felt that she was lazy, and I think that they were high as kites. Her husband then comes in the following day. She was there for a day without him. Not really like a night without him. I felt that she thought she was on like a college reunion and just meeting up with people. Obviously, she mails herself the weed. But I noticed that when we got back from Denver, she went ahead and she upped her Patreon. So it's going to be $5 per person. Again, I thought that was shitty. That was greedy. But most importantly, you're going to be asking these members to be joining a nonprofit. So the last thing that you should be doing is something like that. After I found out about the weed, it was really quick that happened. Obviously, I didn't move forward with having her involved. And then immediately she went to defaming the nonprofit, defaming me. Her husband sent me threatening voice messages, which I have. And then she went as far as to play Jane Fisher's documentary that was not public, that was given to me, the passcode and all that stuff. She puts it on her Patreon. And I, got the screenshots of it, messaged and said, "What are you doing? You know that you just can't be giving people, like, this is not your work, and you cannot be charging people for this work." But that just tells me just even more so what type of person J for Justice is. And it wasn't hers. It wasn't given to her. It was given to me to watch with the family. And I let her be a part of that. And then she was basically selling it on the internet. What a fucking gem. Obviously, then I had the luxury of doing an interview with Kay. I thought that Kay prepped for her shows. I thought that Kay was very persistent of getting me on. But then I heard a bunch of things that I didn't like and I couldn't believe. I did not know anything about their history. Didn't know anything about any of these people's histories. But yeah, so I did a interview with Kay. Like I said, attempted to, help the Watts family be able to, keep their lawyer and all that stuff. And then, like I said, Johnny, Unmasked, you name it, there was a channel that covered the Watts. They all defamed me. They defamed the nonprofit. And they were going around telling people that I was scamming people, that this website was taking your IDs and your credit card information and all this fucking whacked out shit, which is in writing by these people and is said by these people that I have all the evidence. And that's the exact definition of defamation. So, yeah. Jay's had her hands in a bunch of dealings that have gone south. She's been a part of everything. If you go back and you actually look at the history of shady ass shit. And it's always around money. It's always about money. When she was with Kay, there was stuff that was sold to Radar Online. How did they get this information? I don't have proof of anything, but if you ask me who I believe, Kay's version or Jay's version, I don't need to believe either one of them. I just know the track records. And I personally witnessed and personally saw J for Justice try to scam. And that was with Jane Fisher's production of her documentary. So dating back before that, Jay had a run-in with Kohl's on one or two occasions, and we're talking thousands of dollars that was stolen. We're talking about the Mark Gillespie Zoom stuff. We're just talking about shady ass shit that there's no place for that, whether it's YouTube or corporate America or whatever. That's integrity. And I witness something, I walk away. I don't want part of it. And I've witnessed it with, like I said, um, all these people that have these YouTube channels that covered the Watts case. They were out to destroy that 35C, and they did it through defamation. Because you guys can ask all of yourselves, why didn't you sign up for that website? If you guys want this trial, here you go. It's going to take 3 months of 5 to 10,000 people, which look at all these views, supposedly, like all these people want to, this trial. It's going to be, $5 or $10 a person for a 3-month period. But you're going to go out and pay for all these fucking lies that you've been told for the past 2 years, 3 years. I'm a logical person. I'm a sensible, that doesn't make any sense to me. Why people continue to pay for and support creators that because I've proven to you that all they did was lie to you. Why you continue to do it, I don't know. But keep on keeping on. So, let's see. Jay then went silent from let's see, April, May. Then there's that sex scandal. So about the middle of June to the middle of July of 2021, Jay comes back out to all of these, what she likes to call is irrelevant channels, and the Natasha Coopers. She couldn't stand any of these people, Kraft and Barnes, and all these channels but she goes on a tour to, because she goes silent. That's what she does. And then she comes out, and it was all to jump on this bandwagon against me and this, and just lie about Denver and all this shit. And she was parading around with Kim Kaufman and Kelly, just the two most honorable people, let me tell you. But she just wanted to make sure that she kept you guys as subscribers and people that were going to, come and be in her chats and stuff like that. But all she did was just lie and lie and lie and lie. And then she teamed up with Cher and Voices Behind the Wall and that fucking shit show. But at the end of the day, it came into September, and the Gabby Petito national frenzy over a missing girl, her boyfriend, and this van. And she jumps on the Gabby Petito, just kind of how Natasha Cooper did it. But there's people out there that were just live streaming. Okay, now this is where it's going to get interesting. That were live streaming, the coverage. And we're going to go here to that's why this is actually happening, because WFLA out of Florida, that's where Jay lives, in the same area. WFLA is Tampa. Jay for Justice is not that far from Tampa. Now, why she couldn't just get off her lazy ass and go down and sit outside the laundry's house and just broadcast? I mean, God for fucking bid. She'd have 0 issues on her hands right now. 0 issues on her hands. It was not going to be a far drive to do that at all. I'm talking maybe an hour, maybe. Yeah, no, she never did. She doesn't tell the truth, period. So this lawsuit is coming because, in my opinion, which we're going to go through, there has to be a reason. Why would WFLA, Nexstar, why would they invest and spend all this money to put this lawsuit together? Okay. If they didn't believe that they needed to. they didn't do this because they wanted to. I believe that they needed to do this. And it's probably to protect, all of this in the future. But let's go ahead and take a look. So this is their background, and they're just talking about it. Now, see, because there's a difference here, Delaney. You need to listen, because it's not about, oh, did Coops get one of these for free? No. Everybody was given a chance to take down their shit. But more importantly, Cooper did not say that it was her footage. Did not fuck with a watermark. It's like taking a Louis Vuitton bag and having Louis Vuitton, all this stuff, ripping off a Louis Vuitton and putting J for Justice on it and selling that as like it is your product. That is called stealing. So, again, this is just them talking about their background. Here we go. Between September 27, 2021 and October 21st, 2021, WFLA produced several news stories relating to the search for Brian Laundrie, the fiancé of a woman, Gabby Petito, whose death received national and international attention. Nexstar is, and at all relevant times, has been the exclusive owner of all copyrights under Title 17 of the United States Code in the WFLA works. Nexstar promptly sought to register the WFLA works within the United States Copyright Office. Among these exclusive rights granted to Nexstar by the Copyright Act are the exclusive rights to reproduce the WFLA works and to distribute the WFLA works to the public. Okay? Defendant's infringement of the WFLA works. On information and belief, defendant Jaros is the manager and primary operator of defendant J for Justice podcast. Remember I told you there's two defendants. She is personally on here, and then they're also going after the LLC. Okay. Defendant J for Justice podcast distributes podcasts and videos in the true crime genre through a number of channels, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Defendant J for Justice podcast has released numerous podcasts and videos related to the search of Brian Laundrie. On information and belief, Defendant J for Justice podcast did not employ any photojournalists, reporters, or news producers to develop original reporting, videography, and coverage regarding the search for Brian Laundrie. Okay. Instead, on multiple occasions, Defendant J for Justice podcast, without Nexstar's authorization, consent, or license, copied and or retransmitted substantial portions of the WFLA works as part of podcasts and or videos prepared and or distributed by defendant. I think this is just a legit copyright suit. She must have counterclaimed here. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys about the counterclaim. This is why this went this far. The infringing works included numerous videos streamed using YouTube's live streaming feature and or uploaded to YouTube and distributed or performed to the public as detailed on Exhibit B. Without authorization, defendants overlaid right here. This is the big one right here. Number 28. And now the reason that they're saying defendants is because J is one and the other defendant is the LLC, which is also J because she runs it, right? Defendants overlaid a watermark or bug onto the infringing works which branded the infringing works as J is for Justice. On information and belief, Defendant Charles directed Defendant J for Justice podcast to engage in the aforementioned acts and or personally participated in the aforementioned acts, including they include WFLA works and the materials distributed by J for Justice podcast and the distribution of the infringing works to the public. After learning about defendant's infringement of the WFLA works, a Nexstar attorney submitted numerous takedown notifications. Now, guys, I know you guys all don't have channels, but I need to explain how the takedown works. You can request somebody to, hey, can you please take down this? This is my work. And it's a 7-day request submit. Okay? And then that person can take it down and nothing will happen to them. Okay? But if you don't take it down within the 7 days, then it acts like any other strike. Okay? So all J for Justice would have had to have done, okay, is remove the content from her channel. That's what this is saying right here. After learning about defendant's infringement of WFLA works, a Nexstar attorney submitted numerous takedown notifications. That's a request to YouTube asking that it remove the infringing works pursuant to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act 17. When they would have done this, they would have then told the attorney what to do. YouTube doesn't say her. YouTube promptly removed several of the infringing works and notified defendants thereof. In response to each removal, defendants submitted a counter notification. Like this, a counter notification in which they admitted to using the content of someone else, but claimed that such use falls within the fair use exception under the Copyright Act. On information and belief, defendants had no reasonable basis to conclude that the use of WFLA works and the infringing works was fair use. On information and belief, defendants had reason to know before they filled each counter notification that their use of WFLA video was not, in fact, in fair use. Thank you there, Patty. And number 34, on information and belief, defendant either receive revenue for each video viewed on defendant's YouTube channels or will receive the revenue for each video viewed on defendant's YouTube channels once defendant's YouTube channels reach a certain threshold of videos viewed. On information and belief, this is my big one. On information and belief number 35, defendants also receive revenue in the form of donations and or memberships. Now, the reason they use donations, we're going to get to it down here at the bottom. They're referring to, obviously, super chats, people that became members of their channel, okay, or her channel because of it. But, guys, that also means PayPal. That also means Cash App, which are all, they were going to funnel into your bank. So, they use very interesting language here at the end. Through their infringement of WFLA works, defendant have diverted viewers from consuming WFLA works through Nexstar's own distributed channels, including Nexstar's broadcast websites and social media accounts, and deprived Nexstar of the benefits arising from the use of such distribution channels. You are very welcome there, Angie. Count 1. Nexstar repeats and realleges each of the allegations set forth in the foregoing paragraphs as though fully set forth herein. Defendants' unauthorized copying and distribution of the infringing works directly infringed Nexstar's registered copyrights. Number 39, defendants' infringement was willful, intentional, and in reckless disregard of and indifferent to the rights of Nexstar. Defendants' infringement has injured and damaged Nexstar in an amount to be determined. At any time before final judgment, Nexstar is entitled to elect to receive statutory damages in an amount up to $150,000 per each willfully infringed work. They have 12 of them. That's where the $1.8 million is coming from. Yes. Nexstar, alternatively, may choose to recover defendants' profits. The statute provides this, in quotes, establishing the infringer's profits. The copyright owner is required to present proof only of the infringer's gross revenues, and the infringer is required to prove his or her deductible expenses and the elements of profit attributable to factors other than the copyright work. Defendants' gross revenues over the period of the infringement are not known at this time, but will be determined during discovery. That's all of her financials being pulled. Her bank accounts, the PayPal, the Cash App, obviously all the stuff that each month that Google paid. She still has her channel. Yeah, no, definitely. She's, you guys, she's going up against, this is, I'm going to finish and then we'll talk about stuff. But the key word right there with 41, guys, is the discovery. Now, remember what I told you in the beginning? I said they did this for a reason. They have a reason to believe. I think there's a substantial amount of money. Okay? I also believe that because of where Jay lives, and WFLA is Florida, you know what I mean? There is a reason that they did this. Okay? Jay for Justice went live today and had the audacity, to cry the fucking woes me, and all this bullshit, and why is anybody talking about this, and blah blah blah. Like, what do you mean, why are people talking about this? You fucking stole shit. You've been doing this for years, not just on the internet. You've been doing it for years in your life. Okay, you have a pattern of behavior. You don't care who. She doesn't care who she hurts. And I don't care what's going on in someone's life. It doesn't give you a right to, fuck with other people's shit just because you make poor decisions and you can't sort out who's good from who's bad and, who's not going to be a good mate for you. But we'll get to all that. Prayer for relief. For a money judgment against defendants jointly, they are actual damages for infringement and after an accounting for profits. So it's gonna all come out in discovery. to see what she actually made and, what did she report that she made to the government? I think that this is going to cause a lot of problems for her if she was not honest with her, taxes. So at next year's election, prior to the entry of final judgment in this case, and as an alternative to actual damages and profits, an award of statutory damages as permitted by the Copyright Act, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each infringed work based on the willful infringement. They want for an injunction against further infringement. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to get her banned completely from being able to, run an operation online right here. For an award of prejudgment and post-judgment interest, reasonable attorney fees and costs incurred in this action, and then for such other further relief as the court may deem just and proper. Right there, that's that name I told you guys about right there, Ari. Go check him out. He's badass. And then I just, 1 second. This is Exhibit A. This is going to be on the left-hand side here. These are all the titles. So the coverage on 927, the coverage on 928, the coverage on 930, the coverage on 10-6, 10-7, 10-12, 10-14, 10-15, 10-20, and 10-21. Okay, that's our Exhibit A. Then these are their certificate of registration for each of those. I'm choosing to go through them quickly. On Exhibit B really quick. Here we go. Then here is their Exhibit B is the list of her infringing works. Now this is exactly what I did when I did my lawsuit against Jay for Justice. And I want to know what can be done. I mean, my lawsuit's in front of their lawsuits. So can I get paid? Can I get some money, please? I'm going to go hit up JB and say, hey, she did this to me. I'm sure you guys don't need all the money. Just help a girl out. Here's their Exhibit B, but this is a list of obviously like the YouTube. These are all of her stuff. So 927, 928, 29, 29, 30, 6, 7, 12, 14, 15, 16, 21. They basically match up, perfectly. And so on right here, the date, this is the URL, and then the WFLA infringed work. So 28, 29, 29, 30, 6, 7, 12, 14, 15. Then she doesn't do 10-16 until 10-20. And then she does 10-21. I wouldn't be surprised if she had a it's interesting that she waited 4 days to do that coverage, but 10-21. I think there's probably just a little bit more to it. But yeah, you guys, I'm going to break this down for you guys on how much money we're talking about. you know, I think they're going to have a hard time in court to try to say like how much they lost from it. But like hypothetically speaking, let's talk about this. If you're a advertiser, you know, if you're paying for a commercial, um, how many more people would have seen? You get what I'm saying? Like if you're watching, if you're actually watching what you're supposed to be watching, oh, I'll just watch this streaming it over here, and it's pulling away from the viewers so that you couldn't sell ads. Um, so I just think they're going to have they're going to be creative about it. I don't think it's probably going to go to court. Yeah, she just live streamed it. She just live streamed when they live streamed. Um, yeah, she would just go live and it was just the whole time. And then she sat back down while she was doing it, and she covered up that it was WFLA's work. She put, and I can show you guys a screenshot of it. She put, you know, Day for Justice over that. But yeah, it's very to the point. 22 pages only. But we're talking like the money, you guys. We're talking. I mean, if you're a YouTuber, you'd probably be able to understand it better. But Cooper, these people were getting fat super chats. They were getting membership galore, subscribers galore, and then the views. All right, now let me just show you something else here really quick. So before we went to Denver, right before we went to Denver, she broadcast something to do with Ashley Banfield. And she calls me up and she's like, "You're never going to believe this, but I just got struck. I'm not going to be able to go live in Denver. I can't believe this." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I didn't know. I'm not a YouTuber. I didn't know anything. And she got struck because that's where the greed is. Like, what are you doing? We're about to go to Denver. Like, we're supposed to be live. They're doing like the NA 360 third part and, you know, live in person and from Denver. And, you know, when she lied about me and she said, "Oh yeah, Roger, I couldn't go live with her for, you know, I couldn't have her." No, bitch, you couldn't go live because you couldn't go fucking live because you got struck and you were on a freaking ban. And then it was Andrea Powers that even was saying, "Well, she can go on the 411." And I was like, "What's that?" I didn't even know she had that channel. I mean, but just greed, shit, stupidity. I can't handle and I can't work with dumb broads or guys. It's just, where's your brains? And no, they rather steal, cheat, lie, the integrity, work ethic, it's just not there. And if you think about it, she didn't do any work. I was on her channel at the end of December, and then I was her content and made that girl, basically, she paid her bills because of me in January and February. And then I was like, you're done. So I made that decision after meeting her. Because that's when I, you know, met her. And then obviously I get the phone calls from other people, but my decisions on everything, and it's all my personal relationship. Like I was about to do business with this person and they're just dumb. Just popping in on record, she's stating her little channel only made 30. I'm going to give you guys some quotes of what she said. Like I said, what I really want to talk about with all of this is that there's a pattern of behavior, and I think it's going to hurt her if this does go any further than, I mean, you did what they said you did. Like, what you said or what they said you did, you did. How are you going to get around that? Anyways, I'm going to show you guys. I have her answers to these. So let's talk about her answers to these. This is where it's interesting for me. Okay. All right. So they all do. Gary, I am their boost. I'm their thrive. All right, here we go. Check this out. You know what? I don't say that I dodged a bullet. Honestly, like, I'm not a moron. She just gave me a super easy out. You know, that's all I can say is there was definitely no dodging bullets. Like, Jay has a talent. Jay can make really good videos. That's why I said, I was like, dude, but she's like anybody else that has talent. You know how many kids have athletic ability and they don't apply themselves and there's wasted talent? Jay's wasted talent. That's what Jay is. Jay has some abilities with making videos, but she has zero work ethic and she has no discipline, no pride. This is embarrassing. But yeah, so I thank Jay for being so stupid because it gave me an easy out. But here we go. I'm going to share this with you guys because I love you and because I'm queen of receipts. Right? Right. Here we go. This is her answer. So because what you got to do is you have to reply to this. And I passed up everything on the first page because no reason to dox anybody and nothing like that. But here we go. These are her answers to what they are saying, what they're alleging when they say, we have reason to believe that each one of those numbers is called a paragraph. And so how you answer something back is you have to answering paragraph 9 of the complaint, and then defendant lacks information sufficient to form a belief as to the facts alleged. And this is all about that factual background when they're talking about who they are as a company and yada, yada, yada. Nobody gives a fuck about those answers. Let's get to the good stuff, which is, so how I'm going to do this is I'm going to pull this up. And while you guys are looking at that, I'm going to see if I'm going to make that bigger too. Hold on one second. That's about as good as I can go. Sorry. So, like, for example, let's go to the good stuff about her answers with the complaint. Like, how are you going to answer? Like, no, I didn't stream you fucking 8 hours a day. It was my dog. It was my husband. I mean, what? Yeah, he really doesn't work at FedEx. He did it all. That's why they included, Jay for Justice Podcast LLC as a defendant and Jay. But it's Jay's voice that you can hear. Let's see here, though. Okay. All right. We're going to start with number 16 because that's when they get into everything in this Gabby Petito case. So we'll go to 16. And it says, answering paragraph 16 of the complaint, defendant lacks information sufficient to form a belief as to the facts alleged. So then therefore she's denying them. Well, this is saying that between September 27, 2021 and October 21st, 2021, WFLA produced several news stories relating to the search for Brian Laundrie. She is saying that she doesn't have enough sufficient evidence or that she knows about it to form an opinion, because you can either deny when you answer something, you can either deny in part, you can deny in all, you can or you affirm it, like that, yeah, that's it, like that's, you know. So she is denying that between September 27th and October 21st, 2021, the WFLA was performing news stories. Like, what are you thinking? Okay, so somebody told her to say that. Answer to paragraph 17. Defendant lacks information sufficient to form a belief as to the facts alleged. I mean, is she going to say that she's mentally challenged and she doesn't know? Because what do you mean? So all of these, all the way to 21, she's saying that she doesn't have enough information to give an answer. Hold on. I got some more stuff up my sleeve over here. Where is it? She denies that the subject matter, she's denying the jurisdiction of this, number one. She's defendant denies the allegations of the nature of the case in paragraph 3. Defendant denies the allegations of paragraph 30 and 31. So that's the good stuff there. That's interesting that she's going to deny that too. 30 and 31. So she's denying that after learning about defendant's infringement of the WFLA works, a Nexar attorney submitted numerous takedown notifications to YouTube asking that it remove the infringed work. How would she be able to say that that's true or false? You would be able. That's not how you would answer that. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. If you like law, like the way I like law. So check this out. Right here, this would be a situation where I would think that she would say that she doesn't possess enough information to answer. It would be 30. Because they're saying that the attorney submitted numerous takedown notifications to YouTube. So you'd be denying that because, well, I don't know if you did that or not because I'm not YouTube and YouTube didn't share that with me. Yeah, you can't answer and say no comment. You have to answer stuff in certain language. But I love you, Bumblebee. You're my faves. So, so she's denying that 30 and 31. Let me check 30 and 31. In response to each removal, defendant submitted. She's denying that she submitted a counter notification. And normally that you're going to. She should be denying that in part, not in whole. What a fucking moron. So basically, she's saying that she did not submit a counter notification. She did a lousy job answering this. Like, okay, so I didn't answer when I had to answer, what's her name? Lynn, Trauma and True Crime. When she was writing all that shit that I, said I was going to take her for a ride of a lifetime and talking about panties and stuff like this. And she wrote all of this up in a lawsuit. And I'm just like, what in the actual... But I'm not denying that I was seeing songs on my YouTube channel that may have used the word panties. So, like, therefore, I denied it in part because I was seeing songs and I'm sure they said panties, you know? But it was just wild. That's just fucking wild. Oh, let's see what else she. Defendant denies the allegations of paragraph 34 and 35. 34 and 35. She denies 32. She denies ever saying it was fair use. 34. On information, believes defendant either received revenue for each video. She's denying that she received revenue for each video. And she's denying that she received donations and or memberships on number 35. I mean, wow. This should have never even went this far. So defendant denies the allegations of paragraph 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Let's see what 36 and 37 are. She's denying those. Through their infringement, defendants have diverted viewers from consuming, well, 37. Defendants unauthorized copying and I don't know, where's it where she takes the watermark? Which one's that one? I want to see what she says about the watermark. Right here, 28. Let's see what she says with 28. Okay, DMCA, circumvention of copyright protection. Answering paragraph 28 of the complaint, defendant lacks information sufficient to form a belief as to the facts alleged, and on that basis, defendant denies them. That's interesting. It's strange the things she is claiming not enough info and denying. I think it's strange that they're being pretty specific. Jay, as far as right now, she does not have a lawyer. No, you're not getting. She's not getting out of this. She's not getting out of this. I just defendant denies the allegations of paragraph 36. Defendant denies the paragraphs 32, 34. Prayer of relief. Defendant denies plaintiff is entitled any monetary damages as set forth in section. Defendant's 2021 income tax shows a profit in 2021 of $5,707. Wait a second. What? Hold on. Oh, God, I'm probably going to have to show you guys this because you're not going to believe it. Prayer for relief. Defendant denies plaintiff is entitled any monetary damages as set forth in sections 1A and B. Defendant's 2021 income tax return shows a profit in 2021 of $5,707. You gotta be shitting me. There it is. Prayer for relief. Well, I made her more than that of the stuff that, I mean, Scarlett was super chat when I was on her like a motherfucker. Defendant denies plaintiff is, wow. Defendant's 2021 income tax shows a profit in 2021 of $5,707. And we'll say, I just, let me see something else here. I'm very interested to see. Defendant denies plaintiff is entitled to an injunction as claimed in Section 2 of their prayer for relief. Plaintiff is a public news source whose content is not exempt from fair use in news reporting, educational, and commentary purposes. It's going to be interesting. Defendant denies plaintiff is entitled to any monetary damages claimed in Section 3 of their prayer for relief. Defendant denies plaintiff is entitled to any relief request in Section 4. Section 5. Defendant hereby assesses the following affirmative defenses in this case. Let me take a look at this really quick. I'll include you guys. I just want to make sure everything looks right before I do that. Affirmative defenses. First affirmative defense. Plaintiff is barred by 17 U.S.C. Section 412 from claiming statutory damages or attorney fees under the Copyright Act in that any alleged acts of infringement occurred before first registration of the plaintiff's alleged work. I do know that those dates that they were questionable when what's kind of like me. That's going to be interesting. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. I do dig deep. So what they're saying, what she's trying to say here, and I'll bring it up here and show you. I'll show you a date. Right here. Okay, I'm going to show you what she's going to try to claim. I feel confident to show this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing there. Let me share here. What she's going to what she's claiming is this. Okay, take a look. See this registration number, the effective date of registration decision date. They're saying that it wasn't. She's basically saying that the date of this being officially stamped, sealed, delivered. I want to look more into that. But that's what she's claiming in that one. That's why she's claiming it, because she's claiming it because the date right there, January 4th. Let's see something. Third affirmative defense is defendant's conduct was innocent. The defendant's conduct was innocent. non-infringing, and not a willful infringement of copyright. Defendant's conduct was innocent. I am innocent, Your Honor. I did not. I mean, fourth affirmative defense. One or more of defendant's copyrights have elements taken from the public domain upon which a copyright infringement action cannot be maintained. Again, that's something to look into. Let me pull that up. So that's the third and the fourth. That's what I just read. The fifth. Plaintiff's claims are barred since a critical part or portions of their alleged protected copyrights are invalid due to consisting of unprotectable ideas or idea of processes or processes. Sixth affirmative defense. Defendants' claims, including their assertion of copyright protection, are barred by the doctrine of merger. I wonder if good old Jonathan helped her with this. Yeah, I was just gonna say that willful isn't a factor. I was just gonna. I mean, she's just a fucking idiot. I just look at it this way. You know, people might not think it's like a big deal what she did, but it doesn't matter if you think it's a big deal or not. It's about principle, and it's like anything, I think, in this world. Did she commit a crime or did she not? Did she know what she was doing? Did she not? Did she place J for Justice over WFLA? I'm going to show you guys a picture, and you guys tell me if she did. So, here we go. Let's see. All right, I am going to show some other things, but let me send this really quick. Okay, compress the video for a second. All right, check this out. I just honestly, it would have never went this far. It shouldn't have went this far. When they ask you to request to take it down, you know it's not your fucking work. You know that it's not yours. How do you even argue it? Like I would feel like a moron arguing it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna argue this knowing damn well it's not mine. It's kind of like how I felt like when Crafton and Kim, when I struck them with the Shazam stuff. It's just like, you know it's not yours though. Or wait, no, it wasn't that. They struck me because of the Shazam stuff. And I was dying laughing. I'm like, how are you guys striking me with my own stuff? She ruined a good thing. She never had a good thing going. She's just lazy. But I want you guys to hear something. And I want you to see, do you think that she committed and violated this bullshit that she did? Oh, I can't do it like that. Damn it. Shit. Oh wait, I know how I can do it if I mute this. Hold on, let me see something.
I do appreciate it. Because, and when I said, you know, I'm questioning this community that I've surrounded myself in, I don't mean the people that are here right now. I don't mean you guys. I mean the people that choose to do things. Let me get this woman off my screen. That choose to do things deliberately to hurt people, to make their life harder. And I think it's fucking bullshit. And I would never deliberately do something to make someone's life harder. Isn't our lives already hard enough? Don't we have enough stress? And you know what the messed up thing is? Some of these people that are spreading this shit about me are people that know my struggles. That's the sick thing. That's the sick part about it. Is that there's people that know my struggles and have still done this and are still sharing it and laughing about it. It's sick. And
Okay. Yeah. Listening to that, I was just like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I just can't handle, like, but that's just, that sends me over the deep end. She's done this herself the whole time. I mean, now people were live streaming, I know, everything to do with the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case. I mean, people had like a couple thousand people in their, in their chats and stuff like that. I just know for her, she was asked to take this stuff down according to them. She had that opportunity. YouTube removed some stuff, and then she was like, what the hell? And then she basically countered. And I think that if she doesn't do that, and if she doesn't do the watermark, but any idea who reported her? Everyone used to think NC, but I wonder if a different channel now. Who's to say that it was only one person? Who's to say that only one person reported her? Who's to say that WFLA is not checking on their stuff? I mean, she was local. Like, that's local. It's like I'm telling you, she's right there. Also, I think that she's getting caught up in her whole domestic issues, and this has nothing to do with her domestic issues. I don't care. I know that I knew Chad was a piece of shit when I met him in Denver. Because anybody that I would be dating would be like, why are you here getting high with me if you're on a business trip? Anybody that's not saying that and thinking that I'm on vacation here with my wife I don't know where you would get that implication that that's what you're, then why didn't you guys come out here together? Just everything was off from the beginning. Chad threatened me, but I don't give a shit about their hillbilly lifestyle. I care about across the board these people from Watts Island that have had these YouTube channels. They just are not good people, and they show it every single day, and you guys just continue to keep paying for it. And but you pay for what you get, when you buy that cheap pair of shoes and the sandal breaks, and you're like, oh, well, if you would have spent the extra 10 or 15 bucks, that's not going to happen to you. It's no different in business. It's no different. What you pay for is what you get. But like, why wouldn't someone just watch it off the WFLA's footage? If you guys are watching G for Justice's live streaming of WFLA, you guys know that's not just like if you watched off Natasha. You guys know it's not their stuff. It's like, oh, we just like to have group chats going around because we like to talk to our friends about it. Okay, well then go with a blank screen, come and chat, and all of you guys watch it on your television and then just chat away. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, or like, they just live streamed it when it was happening. It's not like later on in the evening you took different clips or, you were pointing this out or pointing that out. Live streaming while it's happening. How you don't think that that's stealing? I don't know how you don't think that's that's stealing. Fair use is doing what I just said, taking after the fact, and breaking things down and talking about it. That would be fair use. You guys were talking about a substantial amount of money. They would not go through what they did to do this if we're talking about pennies. Also, they think that this person, in my opinion, by what their prayer of relief is asking for, they want her off the internet. That's kind of what it looks like to me. They want to make sure that this does not happen again. She may have not even been reported, though. They have their content legally copyrighted. They could get alerts via YouTube. Yeah, honestly, who gives a shit who reported it? Who cares who reported it? It doesn't fucking matter who reported it. Literally, think about that. It does not matter. If you follow the rules and you do what you're supposed to do, because how I look at a YouTube channel and how everybody else looks at a YouTube channel is you're a partnership with YouTube. They're your partner. YouTube doesn't pay you guys nearly what you guys really should get. You don't even know. Like, they're just, okay, this video is going to get, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, go and look at your highest rated video with like your ads and stuff like that and see how many views it was and what'd you get. Okay. Then now go and do some mathematical skills and see what it would be if it was this many views. But how your YouTube channel should be run is like a business, and YouTube's your partner. And why I was so big on, I think people need to start holding YouTube accountable, is that YouTube is making money, like off of that sex scandal panel, off of defamation. YouTube sits back and they're collecting money. So why would they want to stop something like that? They're collecting money off of it. And that's where I have a problem, is that WFLA, you got these bigwig lawyers. Maybe YouTube needs to change some policies. I don't think anybody should just be able to get a YouTube channel. I think that's like anything else, because the internet's that powerful that you just shouldn't just be able to get a YouTube channel. I mean, I could care less if Natasha Cooper has a channel or not. But somebody like Natasha Cooper, it's a pattern of behavior. Someone like Jay for Justice, it's just a pattern of behavior. Natasha Cooper did not strike any of those anonymous channels because she needed those anonymous channels making fun of her, because that's what gave her content. So why would she go and strike those channels? And those channels were using it also to make other channels that they're affiliated with give them, like, notice and stuff like that. But why, you guys should be asking yourselves why Natasha Cooper wasn't striking all those channels that were these anonymous channels. Why aren't you striking them? Yeah, if they would require ID verification, it would cut down on alts too. Yeah, just the internet's that powerful. So, it's like anything in life, things have to change, adapt to stuff, because what the intent was for YouTube, and where it's gone. But I don't think there's any way around this. I think Jay for Justice is done. I think that she's talented in making videos. And it was actually something that I needed. I needed someone to make videos. Because I didn't want to waste my time with that part of it, but I wanted to put the storyline together. So here I'll tell you everything that we need, and you're going to go grab it and yada, yada, yada. Or here I have all the footage because I did it all, and now I'm going to send it to you. And now I need you to put it in a nice flowing, I need you to edit. I can go and get all the raw material, and then here, this is your strength. I have 9 hours of raw footage that I did. Now so I'll put it together so that I can make these documentaries. And I have all the information to be the back voice of the documentary. And let's put this all together, and we're going to be able to pump out a lot of things. Because no, I don't, but that's what I needed. But Jay couldn't, obviously. That's all I needed Jay for Justice was for her editing and doing videos. I did not need her for her fucking YouTube channel. That's not what I wanted. I wasn't going on YouTube. I seek out people that have talent, and if they can then utilize their talents. She has talent. She can't function though. So, can I ask that? What is your suit on her about? Copyright? No, my suit on her is defamation. My stuff was on. All the stuff was defamation, because then she went around telling everybody that that the website was a scam, that I was scamming people to get their credit card information. I was selling it on the black web, underneath, underground web and all this stuff. And it was actually Jay for Justice and Unmasked were doing the same thing. And they were putting it in writing in their little, Facebook groups, and sending it out via text messages and word of mouth, and then going live about it and doing Patreons. And they were manipulating also evidence, sending around people's IDs and pictures and stuff like that, and saying, that you have to give your ID to even have a web, to be on the website. Stuff that was totally that they knew, that she knew, and that others knew that was not true. These people said they had memberships to my website, and they never did. So I don't know how many people have sued her. But I just know that her whole life there's been a pattern, and the pattern is theft, is stealing, and this is a form of stealing. Because guys, I'm talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. We're not talking about 50 cents or $50 a video or some stuff like that. And we're also talking about the perks that she got from this. She got a ton of people to become members of her channel. They were doing member only, like chatting and all that stuff. Like the suit says is going to come out in that discovery phase where financials come out, and then your actual numbers for like the YouTube. How many members did you have before Gabby Petito? And then how many members did you have after Gabby Petito? How many members did you have before you started using WFLA stuff? And just like all you probably would have had to do is write a couple emails and say that you live in the area and that you would love to help them, or that, hey, I think I can get an interview from so and so. Like go work, go do it legit. Yeah, everything was always all related. And when she says those words about she doesn't do anything intentional to hurt anyone, that's a flat out fucking lie. She's the biggest fucking liar I've ever met. And I have all her shit. She evaded service from me for all those months. She's a burnout, but like I said, hey Jay, you had talent, but guess what? Like talent gets passed up when you can't function. And you know what? Maybe she doesn't have that much talent. Maybe I'm giving her too much credit. Maybe somebody else was doing her work. I don't know. But she's a liar. She stole from Cole's a bunch. She told the world that Kay molested her son. She caused problems for Kay and her son. Therapy. And if anybody thinks that's like okay, no, that's fucking okay. It's pretty much what I'm going through right now. Saying I'm stalking somebody. Get the fuck up out of here. No reason to. Again, I'll say it till the day I die. I am Watts Island. And when I came back to Watts Island, Kim Kaufman knew to run, or to try to she knew. All these people knew. If they were around in the beginning, like all the trolls were. And I only call them trolls because they're just fucks. What is up, Southern Sass? Absolutely there, Sanchez. It is one thing to cover a case and create awareness, but it is a whole different story with money and greed. Yeah. And like I said, I cannot reiterate this. The sad thing is that she was right there. She's in Florida. She could have been, she could have had somebody, just make it seem like you're doing it legit. Pay somebody $15 an hour to go stand outside the laundry house. Or how about this? You're not doing anything. You don't have a job. This is your full-time job. So how about you go stand outside the laundry house and just go live from outside the laundry house? and then put an ear in your phone, like in your ear, like from like WFLA, what they're talking about, and other people are talking about, and go mingle if you're just like this great people person, and go, go try to find their friends from high school or whatever. It's just to just blatantly, you know, do this and mess with logos and watermarks, and it's a pattern of behavior. Um, and she did it. She did it right to me. She stole like um, she took Jane's documentary and just literally put it in her Patreon. And I said, "What the fuck are you doing? That's not yours, and you don't have rights to that." And she posted the password so that people on her Patreon could watch this. And I said, "Have you lost your mind?" I said, "You don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself, do you?" I said, "I'm reporting this. I'm reporting you. And I hope that the person that owns this copyright sues your fucking fat ass. Fuck you. Because you just have no couth and literally zero integrity and no personal pride." I believe it was Jay that probably went to Radar Online and OK Magazine and told them about her fucking own lawsuit that I put out against her. Because that's what she does. That's her. Um, yeah, I mean, I get in the car all the time, whether it's 2 hours, 3 hours, driving back and forth to Pennsylvania all the time. It's just, and if you're such a big wig, oh, I don't do stuff like that, then send some peons. Oh, okay. 2016 Hidden Figures. I was engrossed in the best movie from 2016. Well, by God, you guys go watch it. Um, I'm not sure why people are bringing up her domestic issues. That definitely happened. I have the arrest affidavit. I have it all. She put her ex-husband, Josh, he just filed bankruptcy in 2021. She took $6,000 off of him, illegally. She stole it, allegedly. Let me see where I can pull that up. It's a pending case. Um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think this is enough redacted. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the arrest affidavit. I think I can. 9:51 p.m. on I don't remember what day was, the 27th of December. Um, at 9:51 p.m. actually and intentionally touched or struck blank 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 and blank blank against the will of blank, to which the subject and victim are blank. The subject and victim got into a verbal argument earlier in the day, which continued throughout that day. The subject got upset with the victim and pushed the victim and bent back blank fingers while taking blank phone away while blank was recording him. The victim has minor visible injuries. The subject threatened the victim multiple times, stating, "You'll be lucky if you wake up in the morning, bitch. You are dead. You are dead, bitch." I think this is all disgusting. I don't think this is a laughing matter at all. So if people are laughing at Jay because of this, shame on them. None of this is funny. This is gross. But it also is not an excuse. So I don't care what you go through. I mean, if this is what people are talking about, they shouldn't be. I don't think anybody deserves or should ever be in a domestic violence situation. That's just, nobody deserves that. Nobody earned that. Nobody has the rights to put hands on anybody, ever. Guy, girl, doesn't fucking matter. You don't touch people. This is gross, and I hope for Jay's sake that she's gotten away from him. Because, like I said, people are patterns of behavior. This type of stuff escalates, and it's not good. But regardless, this has absolutely nothing to do with Jennifer's decision making when it comes to business. This happened plenty of months after her stealing of WFLA's content. And anybody that's talking about that versus talking about the issue at hand, they're idiots. That's not what, you know. Yes, this was her current husband. She doesn't deserve that one bit. Nope, she does not. Nobody deserves that. And anybody that they are talking about that or laughing about that or whatever, like I said, that's sick. That's not what this is about. What this is about is this is about business. This is about integrity, how you carry yourself, what's right, what's wrong, what's against the law, what's not. And I know I personally had the chance to, I guess you could say, quote unquote, meet and work with Jay, and she only thinks about herself. She had no problem mailing that weed. She had no problem lying about that weed. Then she went as far as to try to royally fuck up everything that I built with the nonprofit, as other creators have done the same thing with defamation. You guys are all guilty of it. You guys are all pathetic. Whether you want to try to right your wrong, that's going to be on you. But you all did it, and you know you did it. But this lawsuit, Jay earned, and Jay deserves. Period. But how can they approve of what they lost? The way that they're wording this is that her revenues and profits would be theirs. So it's, if they can't prove what they lost, they can prove what she gained. And that's part of what was in the lawsuit, is part of the prayer of relief. They came up with a figure of $150,000 per infringement, which was 12. That's where the 1.8 million comes from. Oh, thank you for that kind compliment. Appreciate that. Yep, I agree, Angie Brooks. No one deserves any of that. So yeah, sure. Hopefully that answered your question. She's denied calls. Do you have that info? Yes, I have those. And I have that info. I've already put that out there. I don't know how she denies that. It's in like, I mean, are people just idiots? So what happens if she doesn't have? Well, that's where they're going to do the discovery. So it was really very clear how they're going to go about this. They're going about it. Wait, hold on. I'm going to pull this up one more time just to show you this part. Right here it is. Right here. Let me share this. Okay, so right here, at any time before final judgment, Nexstar is entitled to elect to receive statutory damages in an amount up to $150,000 for each willfully infringed work in lieu of actual damages and profits. Now, what Jay is trying to say there is that they're not actually entitled to that because of she's arguing that the dates that these were copywritten and made was January 4th and so of 2022, and so that when she did whatever, they weren't copy, like she had free right to them. Yeah, I think this is definitely setting a stage, but I also think this has to do a lot with money. I think that this is going to be very interesting if it gets to the point. I want to see the discovery. I want to know how much money Natasha Cooper and Jay for Justice made off of the Gabby Petito case. And I think a lot of these organizations and these companies want to see what they're making, because I think how much money WFLA, pays these people to, they wrote it up here in the beginning about the facts surrounding, their organization up here. They got all their time, their resources, time, effort, talent, creativity, money to provide its viewers and readers high quality and local news reporting. They built up this reputation to be able to go and get these, interviews and have people on, and they're trying to, they're spending money. They need to be able to recoup that in their revenues by ads. And if people are just out taking it and streaming it, and we would have had X amount of more views and X amount of more people giving us the super chats. I mean, did you guys see Law and Order? There was all these people super chatting them. They were super chatting them. But so I want to see what the numbers are. I'm a numbers person. I really want to know how much money Jay made off of those on those 12 days. Yeah, exactly. So that's what that to me, that's what this is about. And there's a fine line between, like, you can do follow-ups and you can talk about whatever. And she was right there. Just go put your fat ass in a chair outside the laundries and go live from your laptop. I mean, literally, like, what? And then put a little microphone, a little, earpiece in and listen to what they're saying. I mean, she could have just gone about this like I said, be creative about, and there's nothing wrong with people cross-reference stuff all the time. News reporters and journalists and stuff like that. But this is just, this is number 28 right here. This is everything. This is huge. Without authorization, defendants overlaid a watermark or bug onto the infringing works, which branded the infringing works as J is for Justice. Of course, she's denied. Well, she says that there's not enough information for her to, agree with that statement or deny that statement. So therefore, she has to deny because there's not enough information. She had to have made a fortune. It was 100%. Yeah. I want to see the numbers. I think that this will blow your guys' mind on how much I truly believe that J for Justice made, as well as Natasha Cooper made. This is what people did, is that they went on YouTube and they would type Gabby Petito or, anything for that matter. That's why if you go and you look, somebody was doing, and I would love to know who it is because I don't think it was Natasha Cooper, but somebody was doing Natasha Cooper's, hashtagging and adding but so if you went on, YouTube and you type that in, the more ways that you were able to link so that your live would pop up, then somebody hits it, especially if they're seeing, you can select a little view button of what they're doing and you see what they're doing and, oh, it looks like, yeah, they're live and they're saying live from Florida, whatever, their title is. Because I'm not going to lie, there's a couple times I've watched people's videos that are like pre-made. They're, I don't know, let's just say even 45 minutes or 30, doesn't matter what the length is. And I'm like, how the fuck did this Watts quote unquote video, how the hell does this have 500,000 views? It gave me like no information. It was just like, dude, if I made these pre-recorded videos and did all my Watts stuff and did like 30-minute to 20, even like 10 or 12-minute clips at a time of all my Watts shit. That's why I told Andrea Power she can kiss my fucking ass, because she took and deleted all of my mock trial. All of my work, that bitch came in on my fucking and deleted all of it. Fucking slob. But I watched some of this stuff with the Watts stuff and I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, I see these people with all these views and I'm just like, pre-recorded videos is where it's at. Hot ham radio. Just curious, as a YouTube creator, do you think that that's a reasonable estimate, $100K for one video during the Gabby Petito case? No, that's just what you have to read how that's worded, and it's because that's what they're allowed to. That's like what it's up to. You're allowed to, based on, because we're talking about, this isn't about that they would have made that, guys. Think about it like this. If you rob a bank, okay, it's not like, oh, you could have only gotten $30,000 because there was only $30,000 in there, so it's only this that you're going to get in trouble for. No, you fucking armed robbed that motherfucker. This is what the time is for it. This is what the punishment is. So when you go and you look at this, that $150,000 for that infringed, for doing that, that's because that's what the max that it could be. That's how I take it. It's not off of at least that part of it. It's saying that at any time before final judgment, Nexstar is entitled to elect to receive statutory damages in an amount up to $150,000 for each willfully infringed work in lieu of actual damages and profits. So hopefully that's a little more, I'm glad that you actually said that, but But then it says here, the prayer for relief, that at Nexar's election, prior to the entry of final judgment in this case, and as an alternative to actual damages and profits, an award of statutory damages as permitted by the Copyright Act, including enhanced statutory damages of $150,000 for each infringed work based on willful infringement. They're asking for attorney fees, yada, 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 yada. But that it says right here, defendants' gross revenues over the period of the infringement are not known at this time, but will be determined during discovery. It's all going to be based off of that discovering to see what she gained. What did you make off of using our stuff? That's what I think that how this is probably going to work. But for me, I don't care. I just want to know the numbers. I'm very curious to see how much money, and I think that it's going to include your super chats. It's going to include memberships. It's going to include PayPal. It's going to include Cash App, Venmo. They're going to do their due diligence here with this discovery, and they're going to ask for all of her financials. And then I think from there, because I think they want to know. I think WFLA wants to know. Because I think it has a lot to do with how they proceed in the future with, hey, maybe we need to be utilizing YouTube, but then they have to see, like, I mean, what type of cut is YouTube taking from it? How about that? Maybe they want to see, I mean, what type of cut did YouTube take from this? It's very interesting. So in a sense, Jay did a bank job. No, in a sense, I'm just saying that there's punishments. There's there's the law, and like this is what it is. Like, this is what you're found guilty of. Yep, you did this. Okay, well, how they determine? I want to know what I know WFLA has payroll. I know that they have equipment. I know that it'd be interesting. I don't know if it's going to get to that point though. People settle all the time. I mean, if Jay's smart, she'd want to settle and seal this shit up. I wouldn't want any of this out here. I don't know. Could they compare views before and after they struck her? Yeah, I think what's going to be hard about that is like her views for what? Like they're like I don't know how you're going to be able to compare that to, oh, this is what she got from fucking playing the Mendez brothers, the week before for 24 hours straight. It's just, I think it's just going to go based off of during those times. Maybe they're going to look at when she was talking about the laundry case, and she wasn't using them, but I just think they're going to go off of those times and what money was generated during those times. I think what might be hard to break down is, I don't know if PayPal has a timestamp on when money would be sent. I know that you can at least do the days, but how do you know it was for that versus, Cash App? I think that might be hard. But it would be circumstantial though too, to think like, well, why do you think people are sending her the money that she was just applied for 8 hours during that time? You guys, attorneys cost so much money. If she's smart, she'd hire an attorney right now. No, if she's smart, she would settle this. If she doesn't have an attorney, I'd be calling up the attorney. I'd be calling them and saying, hey, can we talk? Like, I mean, what can we do here? Like, here you, I'm an open book. Like, but when she went ahead and did this answer, I mean, whoever told her to answer like this is a fucking idiot. That's what I think. I to think that this is not a big deal. I mean, let's just put it this way. FLA, WFLA isn't lying, okay? They're not lying. Whereas, like, in my situation, why would I ever think that somebody would go and, like, lie? And how could I ever predict that somebody's literally gonna go lie and take the stand and lie their fucking asses off to the point that they're manipulating evidence and just flat out, like, when I say manipulating it, I mean, like, just planting it even, making something seem like that it happened that didn't. I mean, how could I ever in a million thousand years think that somebody would have the balls to do that to our justice system? I wouldn't, because I don't think like that. Because any logical person thinks that that's the fucking stupidest thing you could ever fucking do. And I hope to God that she's not that fucking dumb. But guess what? You get surprised every fucking day. So I was surprised. I was like, what a fucking motherfucker. What? But okay. But this is totally different. You get slapped down this lawsuit and you look at it and you're just like, oh my God. Like $1.8 million. And you would go and you would sit down with somebody and you'd pay for like the counsel. Here, this is this lawsuit. Like, what do you think? Like, I would pay that money to sit down and have a consult. And okay, like, what's up? What does this mean? And go and get a couple of those, I guess. I just want to know. I think there's a chunk. I think that she made a shit ton of money. What'd you do with that money? I know that her and her husband would fight all the time about money. So is that what led to these fights? Like, I don't know. That's exactly what was that she did. She was streaming them. But at the same time, I like a good trial restream with insight and combo. That's different. A live stream at the point, that's not what this is. That's not what they're saying. That's not their problem. Their problem is nothing of that sort. Their problem is we're talking about live streaming, and basically saying that that this stream is yours, and because she's covering up the WFLA with J for Justice. So, like, people that don't know J for Justice the way that we know J for Justice, and we know that it's not her, we're talking about all the Americans, or even the people that aren't Americans that are overseas, and they're on YouTube and they're typing the name Gay Petito in, and then these are popping up as live feeds to watch. And you don't know J for Justice from a hole in the wall, but oh yeah, I thought that it was her. You're just, I don't know how she presented it. I didn't watch her. Like I said, when I say I don't watch YouTube, I really mean that. Um, but then when I saw when all these people were just streaming WFLA, I'm like, why aren't you just watching WFLA? I don't understand. Oh, because all my friends are there and want to chat. Okay, well then, all y'all watch WFLA, go into a chat room and chat, but you don't have to like stream it and act like it's yours, and not. There's just a way to do stuff, and there's just not a way. Um, I was new and watched her until I found WFLA's channel. See? Exactly. How'd you find her? You probably Googled it, or you typed it in. Yeah, everybody was talking about, yeah. But because I can understand, like, you got your friends and you guys want to talk and discuss what's going on. But you don't have to, like, you guys that all could have happened. That all could have happened for Jay. Um, and then they gave her a chance. Like the lawsuit says, she did a she countered their complaint. I mean, what the fuck? Take down the shit. It's not yours. But I mean, you're not dealing with, like, you didn't just get a letter from like Kay or you know, Revelation and the Reckoning to take. We're talking about WFLA struck your ass. And they were nice about it, and they just did a request takedown. In which YouTube removed some on their own, apparently. But then she, you know, countered that. She's not making 100K video, guys. You'd have to go and look and see how many views it has. There's a lot to it. It's not that. But let's say that, what if she made $10,000 a video? That's 120 grand. And guess what? If you add up that $120,000 and you times it by all these fucking little ass YouTube channels doing that, yeah, then you're gonna get. Then now let's talk. But that's like, let's just see. Let's see what she got. I know that Natasha Cooper got like 5,000 off super chats the one day off of it. I had like 3 channels recommended to me as a brand new YouTube person. Was I one of them? Just curious. Yeah, you can ask to up to 100. It's like, you know, if you commit this, you got, you know, 6 months in jail and up to a $25,000 fine. That's my understanding of that. They're just going to go after what she made off of it. They're going to pull all the financials, all this money that you made. You can give it to us and we'll drop the suit. Well, I spent it. I don't have it all. I don't have any of it. Okay, well, then we're going to start garnishing your wages. I mean, you can make settlements. I mean, she has that option. She can do that type of stuff. She should just consult with a lawyer, just see what is recommended. It's like a doctor. Go get, you know, go get some opinions and then figure it out. But this is a pattern of behavior, and it's not going to stop. Like, let me put it to you guys this way. Regardless of what happens as the outcome, J for Justice is a thief, is a liar, and it's never changing. It's not changing. And I hope that FLA takes it the whole way, because I want to see the numbers. I want to see those numbers. Oh, no, you were not, Lana. I wish. It was NC and then 2 other random kind of unknown true crimers who ended up getting like 20K followers within 1 week. Yeah. I didn't even cover the Petito case. I mean, I think I did a couple lives and I called them tragedy pimps, like Natasha Cooper, and then they're just ambulance chasing. I mean, and did you guys hear J for Justice talk about this case? She's fucking disgusting, man. The audacity that she even would have to even mention anything that I've ever done in my life. Like I said, just no class, zero couth. Ugh. Oh, this is my favorite comment of the day. No, Lena, you were not recommended to me, but I love the I wish. So, did you find me because of Natasha Cooper then? She's going to be raked over the coals and made an example of if she doesn't try to settle them. Well, yeah, no, they want her off the internet. I'm telling you, they want her off the internet. That's a big part of their prayer of relief. That's definitely there. Lana Sale, they found you through Watts Island. Oh, you did. Oh, so through AD. Oh, that's good. I hope he's doing well. I have a concept of who Jay is, but I never much took to her. I think there was a clip about the Watts case that I recall finding particularly slimy. Yeah, I just. I just didn't like the people attacking his parents, and no, I don't think it's okay to just stand outside someone's home and do that. I don't think that's okay. Oh my god, we know, Steffa, you want to marry him. You should. Nobody's gonna get your man, girl. No one's gonna stand in your way, baby doll. I will DJ the wedding. Um, I respect AD. I think that everybody can always have different set of opinions. It's how you go about it. But this is not opinion based. This is a lawsuit. And does WFLA have a leg to stand on? They have 1.8 million legs to stand on. Jay's a cheat. Please invite me to the wedding. You can be my +1 hot ham. I think the DJ gets a +1. You're so good to me. Yep, I'm only DJing for free so I can get the steak dinner that you guys are going to have per plate. I want family style. So say she made, let's say, 1,000 one night super chats and views. That should belong to that company. Yeah, I mean, and that's putting it very, but it's also about the memberships. Like that's going to be interesting to me. A ton of people became members of these channels because the only way that you could chat is if you became a member, because they were making it member only chats. So it's not even just the super chats. It's the members. I'm telling you, it's the Venmos, it's the PayPals. It's really gonna be interesting. And I just want to flat out know how much they made off of it. But when she put in her answer that she made $5,307 in 2021 total, how can anybody? That's why I laugh when what's her tits said she was a full-time YouTuber. How can anybody claim to be a full-time YouTuber and write down that they made $5,307 in 2021? You're not a full-time anything if you're making that type of money. It's just nuts. Why would she not get a lawyer before she responded? And I was told that the judge was not taking that as answer. I don't know if that's true. That's allegedly. I've never heard of that ever being said to anybody. So I think that this is just, sadly, I think that she's going to be off. I shouldn't even say sadly. I get 2 fucks. She doesn't deserve to have a channel when you do this type of stuff. She lies. She's a fucking liar. She's a thief. Bye-bye. But yeah, I agree. Lana, I like how you use common sense and break down all of the manipulations that happen. I respect and enjoy your lives. Thank you so much, Allie. I appreciate that. When did she reply? What was the date on that? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and send her an email right now and ask her if she wants to comment. Does she have a comment? Hey, Jay for Justice there. I wonder if you have a comment. I'm going live with your stuff. Do you maybe want to be a guest on my channel? And we had some questions that I just think maybe it could be best if you answered them about your lawsuit. Or did your lawyers tell you not to, no response? Oh, wait, that's right. You don't have lawyers, so it's going to be up to you. Would you like to comment? Do you want to answer some questions? Yeah. They're just all liars. But yeah, for me, this has nothing to do with her domestic issues in life. None of it has to do with it. It has to do with you dodged my shit. let's give her a shout. I'll email her. You dodged my lawsuit, and you defamed the fuck out of everything I've ever done since I told you I never wanted to work with you again due to your 5th grade mentality of a brain. And yeah. But the verdict's still out on who I think's more of a slime ball would be Jay or Vanessa. I think that they're seriously. I can't believe that they couldn't work together because they have the same principles. So that's really, really disheartening to see that they couldn't. But I mean, what just 2 sandbagging fucking idiots? Just whoa. God, they just so pathetic. Liars, stealers. And you know what? I don't even know what's worse. Live streaming stuff that's true at least, or going live and just lying to all of you guys about stuff. I mean, what's worse? Saying something that you know to not be true is the definition of defamation. If you're defaming somebody. And knowing that Ludovica Biani is your source, guys, and knowing that she does not talk to anybody and that she is a certified streetwalker, you cannot claim that you have inside information because you talk to the cousin of Nicole Kessinger, who is Ludovica Biani. Like, what? No. Oh, showing some support all the way from my bedroom. Way to be in here. Anyway, that's all fucking just blows my mind. We're not like any of those other channels. We don't do drama. We're so classy. Oh, God. Fuck. Oh, man. Part of me wishes that I would have came back to Watts Allen in 2019. Because a lot of this shit wouldn't have happened, but, or just maybe part of me wishes that I would have just watched a little bit of YouTube, or just, known what the heck Patreon even was. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Because just to see this stuff and actually watch, because I never did, I would have been like, what is this bitch talking about? This isn't true. Who are these people? I'll be on replay. Radio good. Anyways, this is a wrap, but you heard it here. Staying real with the receipts. Well, I've definitely enjoyed listening to the deets on this suit. I've heard rumblings of it all day. LOL, thanks for sharing. You are very welcome. Yeah, I don't know why people are being so weird about it. It's, oh, wait, maybe I do know. Because they're all fucking guilty of it. Let's get some originality going. Come on, all you creators out there that don't tell anybody that you watch and listen to me, but you do. You do. Step up your game, guys, because I think WFLA just stuck it up your asses. So, continue on. And I got some more breaking news, but I'll save it for another day. But they're going to start dropping like flies. Once like I said, liar, steal, cheat. I mean, just I never understood people that wanted to cheat at board games either. You ever want to learn about a person, play a board game with them. If somebody will cheat at a board game, run. Just fucking run. But go back and think about life and think about games that you ever play with somebody. Catch somebody cheating at a board game. Ugh, pathetic. But it usually does a great job of foreshadowing their future. Again, thumbs up the video. You guys are always great. Awesome chat. Way to be on point and topic and be assertive. And I love my mods. I love my friends. I love all of you guys that are member subs. I got a lot of stuff coming up with Sheldon, and I got good vibes coming that we can hopefully get him back in the courtroom. So there you go. Yeah, 114 in chat. Please take the time to thumbs up. Yep, there you go. Just got Crafton. He says hi. Hi, Crafton. Can we get a hint on the breaking news? Is it hot off the press? It has to do with click and send services. Click and send services. But yeah. If you guys want the truth, you guys know where to where to find it. Right here. Truth and transparency. The name is my motto. Enjoy a great night's sleep, and remember, be kind and chat love. So someone needs to start a board game true crime channel. If I could figure out a way to do it, I'd be all over it. Good night.